it going? So it has been a very exciting and productive morning. I'm guessing you just saw Paul and Aaron unload these gorgeous trees. There's also an ornamental grass and a few shrubs. So Aaron and I went over to Jaker Nursery, which we've taken you over there before in previous videos. We went over last week and we just walked the yard. We took our time. We had a really nice afternoon doing that, and we selected some things to possibly grow around the pond area. We are in big time prep mode because you guys know that next week the pond is going in, and they are putting so much effort. You know, Greg and his team from Aquascape are putting so much effort into this project that I want to have things ready, and I want to have some gorgeous specimen things to put in the area so we can just button that whole thing up and have it look just, I don't know, it's gonna go from nothing to something awesome. This whole blank area, you guys. So like today it's flat surface. By the end of next week, it's gonna look 100% different, and I am so excited for it. You'll also notice in this area we've got some pallets of things. These are all pond supplies that just arrived. So we're just starting to create our piles. This is our pile of trees right here. So I thought we would walk through what we picked out. We've got these here and those few things over there. Plus we found a Renaissance reflection birch to finish our trio out in the south garden. So I think that's what we're gonna go do after we take a look at these trees. But you guys, I'm so excited about these trees. Oh, and you know Aaron is. I mean, these are enormous. I don't even know how tall that red oak is. We got two red oaks. You can see this one here, and then there's also this one right here. These are the type of oak that will lose their leaves in the fall. And that was super important to me. I don't really want to have oak trees that hold onto their leaves. We had those when we moved into this house, onto this property, and they just create a mess all year because they do push a lot of them out in the spring when the new growth, you know, pushes them out, but not all of them fall at the same time. It seems like the middle of the tree always held on to some, and then they just kind of lost them all throughout the entire season. So there was always a brown leaf mess, no matter what time of year it was. And I don't really want to put in more things that will do that. So these will turn the bright vivid red, and they are a fairly fast growing oak for an oak tree. They do have a fast growth rate, and they will top out at about 50 feet tall by a 45-foot spread. You can see the trunk here. These are a 2-inch caliper. We did put up some posts. So we've got a post here and on the other end with a metal pipe, and then we'll be tying all the trees to that so that they don't topple over in the wind. Thankfully, we only have to store them for a week, but Paul came in and dumped some compost around their root balls because these are B&B and we don't want their root balls to dry out. It's supposed to reach 107 degrees this weekend. I hope that they're wrong, but if that's the case, we'll be sure to keep these nice and moist. Okay, I'm gonna go back around on this side. I think we can maybe see them better in the sun. And then on this side, we have a Bakeri spruce, which is a zone 3 through 8. And I think I forgot to mention the oaks are a zone 4, hardy to a zone 4. But anyway, this one, I loved the shape of it. It's got a really graceful growth habit, and it doesn't get enormous. 12 to 18 feet tall, 6 to 8 foot spread. So it's gonna stay fairly narrow. You know, as blue spruces go, that's pretty small. So I'm excited about that, and I love the icy blue new growth right there. Right next door to that, we have a Columnar Hornbeam, which, oh, I'm so excited about this. There are two of them. There's this one here and this one right here. We decided to pick up two just in case we wanted to flank something with them. But they are hardy to zone 5, and they do, even though they're columnar, they do grow quite large. Like, they'll get 40 to 50 feet tall and anywhere from 20 to 25 foot spread. And I love the texture of the leaves. They're kind of, I don't know what they call it, but they're kind of ribbed and they're smaller. But I love the tightness of its growth habit. It gives it more of a formal sort of vibe. And then right here we have two Serbian spruces. And this one's a little bit like where it's sitting, but they both have an amazing shape. I mean, you can see, I hope you can see this one. I know they're all together in a bunch, but boy, they're so pretty. And these can grow between 50 and 60 feet tall, probably not in our area, I'm guessing, and 20 to 25 feet wide. If they do, I would not complain. I would love it. You can see some cones up in there. That's so fun. They are a zone 4 through 7, and they're also very tolerant of high pH, which is what we have. That's what we need around here. And right now, at this moment, my very favorite evergreen we have on our property is a Serbian spruce. The variety is Blue Skies, and we picked it up, boy, I can't remember where we picked it up. It's been 2 years ago now, and it's a little bit more blue than these, and it gets purple cones on it. But I love the growth habit and the fact that it has thrived the way it has and just done so well. That makes me excited to have a couple more. And then we picked out this sort of wonky one, which I'm excited about. It's got a really interesting growth habit. You can see it kind of comes up and then it turns into 3 right there. This is a weeping Lebanon cedar, which these will get 25 by 15. I want to say that it's pretty close to its height. It'll get a little taller than that. And of course we'll lose, you know, a couple feet once we get it planted. But it will broaden out. Hopefully it survives cedars. You know, they're kind of a hit and miss here. We planted 3 deodars last year and one of them survived. And I'm not so sure it wasn't because we might have broke the root ball on a couple. They were hard to plant. So anyway, I'll show you that one. I'm walking toward it. There it is. It put on a bunch of new growth this year. It's thriving. It might need to do a little pruning on that black lace, but it's doing what we want it to do. We want it to be more of a like living wall back here. So if they grow together, great. But those cedars, I think they're a zone 6. I read somewhere that this one is a zone 5, but I don't know if I believe that. I want to say it's a zone 6, but it should do it here. We are a zone 6. So those are the trees. I don't think both oaks will end up back here. I'm thinking one is going to end up out in the south garden. And a couple more of these might too. I just wanted to have a lot of different shapes and colors to work with. Let's check these out. Okay, so these are Spartan junipers. There's 4 here, 2 here. They're all the same. Spartans are awesome. They do really well in our area. You can see their nice deep green color there and their growth habit. They usually grow, well, the tag says 15 by 5. And here in our area, when it comes to junipers, you usually want to add a little bit of size onto that mature size that they say on the tag. My parents had these Spartans at the end of their pool, and they were at least 20 feet tall and no less than 10 feet wide. So you kind of either want to make sure that the spot you're putting them will allow for a little extra growth, or plan on pruning them, which these take to pruning really well. In fact, a lot of your spirals, juniper spirals and juniper lollipops are made from Spartans because they take to it so well. And I was thinking that these, they'll either end up in this area back here or possibly on either end of the benches by the Hartley. Like, you know, planting one on each side of each bench. That would bring some deep green evergreen interest and some formality. I think it would look pretty. Oh, one of my grasses is down. Okay. These grasses are one of my favorite ornamentals. This is a blue Grama grass called Blonde Ambition. They have the neatest looking bloom seed heads. They kind of look like praying mantis to me. And they top out at 3 foot by 3 foot. We've got some of these out in the south garden and they just make me happy every time I see them. So these will look really cool in a pond setting, I think. And these are a zone 4 through 9. We've got a few Buddleia here. This is a variety called Asian Moon. When we walked by these, I thought, oh, I've got to have those. They are so beautiful. And they're lavender color instead of like a dark purple. We have several dark purple and bright pink ones. But these will grow 5 to 7 feet tall and wide, and they are a zone of 5 through 10. I thought that these would be a really fun option to add some mid to late summer color in the pond area. And then this one, we actually got because Aaron was like, we have to have these, which really surprised me because he's not usually a barberry fan. And barberries are not restricted in our area. I know they are in lots of states, but they do not take over, they do not seed themselves, they do not spread in our area at all. So, I mean, obviously the color on this is intense and beautiful. You've got that orangish red with the sort of yellow margin around it, which gives it that glow quality. I love that. So these will grow 4 feet tall by 3 feet wide in kind of that, you know, pillar vase shape. And they are a zone 4 through 7. So those definitely will add some bright color. Okay, so that does it for this section right up here. I'll take you out and show you the Renaissance Reflection, which we got the smallest one they had available because I thought it would be the closest to match the size of the 2 we currently have out there. It's pretty close. It's a little taller than what we've got, but I think it's going to be pretty and it'll complete the trio, which will be very nice. There it is. I'm so excited to be able to finish this. So you guys might remember we have the 3 right here, or the 2. We had the 3 and then the one perished. These look really good. I was a little nervous for this one last year because it was kind of puny, didn't put on like really much of any kind of new growth. This one did. So I had something, you know, to compare it to, but you know, it must have pushed through whatever it was going through because it's looking better now. And then this one right here, of course, will lose, you know, a couple feet again when we plant it. So it might be pretty dang close to the size of these. And you guys, these will grow 50 feet tall by 25 feet wide, and when you plant them in a clump like this, they kind of intermingle and they kind of talk to each other, and they know which way they need to grow, and they end up being the most beautiful clump trees. It's kind of like how they grow in nature. And then as the tree ages, you can kind of see what sort of bark we're going to be dealing with. Gorgeous. Oh, so that darker kind of cinnamon brown color peels off to reveal the more white birch color. These also turn a beautiful yellow in the fall, and we've got an autumn blaze right next door which turns red, so having those two together will be really nice. And these are resistant to the boring insects, and they are hardy to zone 3. Super tough. So that's going to be the project for today, and it's going to be quite the project because that is a huge root ball. We don't have an auger. We haven't rented an auger for this. I did get it watered right when it got in, and they set it down right here, so which makes the root ball even heavier, but I wasn't sure how long it would take us to get out here and get this done. So we'll be planting it, you know, like right here-ish to kind of complete it, and it's gonna look great. Right in the area with our new rock pathway, which just helps add a huge amount of structure to this area. Okay, so I'm gonna grab Aaron. He's gonna help dig the hole, and we'll get this done. All right, guys, we are ready now. We did have the forethought to bring an umbrella. Yay! So we'll position that right over where we're going to be digging. We'll put the dirt that we're digging out of the hole right into the gator. Now we did bring out an auger that we're going to use to kind of just help loosen up soil, and then the shovels to get it into the gator. Land and sea compost, biotone starter fertilizer. And because this is in a cage, what we're gonna do is dig the hole. We'll remove the plastic. We're going to roll the whole tree, this like cage and all, down into the hole. And then we're gonna cut away as much of it as we can, making sure, like this is the most important part, any string around the trunk, any of this baling twine, we're gonna remove that. But we need to go get bolt cutters and something to cut the string. And then I think we're ready to roll. So we'll just get this done. Here we go.
What?
Say it.
No, I'm not gonna say it.
Say it, Aaron.
Plant it high, it won't die. Plant it low, it won't grow.
There you go. It is done. And it looks awesome. Benjamin is comparing our leaves to make sure that we didn't pick out the wrong tree. That's a good job, dude. So it's a little higher by maybe 4 feet, but not bad. And the other ones, I mean, everything will catch up.
The wrong tree.
We did not do the wrong tree.
See, there are little leaves instead of these ones.
Oh, yeah, that's true. Well, this tag said Renaissance Reflection, as did these. So we'll see. I think, Bud, what happens is like these trees are a little bit more root established. They've got larger leaves, and so that'll probably happen with this one once it's been in the ground a little bit longer. Yeah, we'll see. It looks good to have the 3 trees though, you guys. Oh, so nice. to have that balance. I almost thought about bumping the other one, or maybe like doing another one right in here so it's kind of over the pathway. But I do want to put an evergreen in this space, so I want to pick that out first before we decide what to put over here. And I'm thinking we do have a blue spruce. It's itty bitty and it won't get super big. It's a Zafiro blue spruce right here among the beautiful perennials. Oh, and there's a painted lady. Oh, look at that. Oh, there's a whole bunch. Oh my goodness. So this one will grow 8 feet tall by 6 feet wide, and I planted a bunch of stuff around it because I knew that it would take it a while. So as it grows, we'll just move some of these perennials. These are the butter pecan echinacea though. Aren't those stunning? Oh, especially when you've got that denim and lace Russian sage. We've got the ginger wine 9-bark. This is the Niagara Falls panicum. Anyway, all that said, we've got a blue evergreen here. I don't know. I think maybe another blue though right here would be nice because we've got a lot of green. So this is our leavings from this project. We'll run and toss those, and then all the dirt we will put out on that property. We just have a pile of dirt going out there, which has actually been a little bit handy. Yeah. We've had to go get dirt from that pile several times, so we'll probably always have a pile of dirt just sitting out there. And you guys, that is going to do it for today's project, and my goodness, did this umbrella help. Like, I'm going to be packing this thing everywhere because it's a huge difference. You step out from under it and it's just hot, and you get under it and there's a breeze and it's very pleasant. Oh. Like, why didn't we think of that before? It's so simple.
A lot of times I think that you're moving too far.
Oh, that's true. It could be. Yeah. If you're moving like real fast or your project's not very long, it doesn't seem worth it, but yeah, it might be worth it. Yeah. Take it slower, enjoy it a little bit more. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this video, the tour of the trees. Maybe it gave you some ideas of varieties you might like in your garden, but you will see all of those here very soon when we do the pond project. It's going to be great, you guys. So anyway, thank you so much for watching this video, and we will see you in the next one. Bye.